Hi everyone. So today I will show you how we can validate and restrict our request payload. Let's start how we can do that one. So before starting this one, let me explain you the scenario. The scenario like this is one JSON request payload. So here you can see I am passing 3 parameter. So these 3 parameter value will validate. So if the name field is string or not, or address field is string or not, or quaternum is integer or not. So for achieve this for implementing this scenario, we have one mediator in WSO2 that is called Validate Mediator. So let me quickly show you. Let me go through demo, expand this one. Let me quickly create one XML file and show you. So here let me right click, new REST API. So here I am creating one sample REST API to show you like how we can achieve this one. Let me validate API. So here I am using validate, modify to context here. Let me add here version. Let me finish this one. So this is the default view, like while you are creating any API, right? So now as I mentioned, we need to use one validate mediator. Let me drag and drop this one. So this validate mediator, it will do what? It will validate our request body through schema. So if you go through show property view, right? So inside show property view, if you see here, there is one source is there, one schema is there. So this source I will pass my request. So if I go through expression, let me minimize this one. So as this is a JSON payload, right? So this is a JSON payload. So for this JSON payload, as I already explained like multiple videos, so those who are watching my video, kindly go through my previous part of this video. You will understand like what I am trying to do it now. So here I am just adding here. So let me change to expression. So I am adding here JSON-eval. So inside this one I am adding $. So this dollar will do what? Whatever value I am getting from the source, like while we are sending request through Postman or any open source application, right? So this JSON, whatever JSON you are sending request, so this payload it will fetch and it will pass there only. Let me go through Studio again. So let me close this one. So if you see here, let me right click this one again and go through show property view. So this dollar will fetch all the JSON, means it will fetch the full JSON format. Now it is asking one schema. So what kind of schema we need to pass? So this schema, it will help us to validate our request body is correct or not. So how we will add it here? If you go through click plus and click this key, right? If you click workspace, there is nothing schema has been created here. Let's start how to do that one. Let me cancel this one. So first of all you need to do what? So right click your project, go to new. There is one registry resources there. Click that one. So it will ask you to add one module. So here you can add any module. Let me add here registry demo. So you can give any proper name. So it's not mandatory you need to give this name. So this version, let me remove this snapshot. Let me finish this one. So now you can see like the folder has been created here. So if you expand this one, so it's have like some folder, subfolder, like these are some library folder is there, and the registry resource view is there, and this is the build artifact is there. So here what I am trying to do here, we will create inside here one like schema that will integrate in our validate mediator. Whenever we are sending any request, it will direct call that JSON file. So let's start how to do that one. So right click this registry demo. So this demo I will create one source folder. So this source folder basically, if in case in future if I am adding any like additional JSON schema, that folder will use this one as a reference. So what I am adding here, you can give anything like just I am adding JSON validate. Okay, let me finish this one. So this folder, inside this folder will dump our n number of JSON schema and we can iterate that one, means we can call in our validate mediator. So right click, go through new, then registry resource. So it is by default selecting this from existing template, keep as it is, click next. So here it is asking you give one name which will like to add any schema. So here I am adding JSON validate API. So I'm just modifying this template to JSON file here. and the registry path let me modify to conf, and currently I'm giving one JSON name, right? So JSON validate. So I'm adding JSON validate. So here it is asking you to the resource path. So click browse here. Let me expand this one, select this JSON validate, click OK. So now our setup is ready. Finish this one. So if you click this JSON view, you can able to see the resource deploy path. Okay, this underscore system/config, this is the default system product path. After that, this is our custom path. So let me quickly go through Validate Mediator. Right click this one, go to show property view. So here you can see schema, right? If I click again plus, if I click here, if you click workspace, right, now it is asking me one path. Let me expand this one. So here you need to select the specific file. So let me click OK and finish this one. Now Validate Mediator is like considering that one as a final JSON schema of this mediator only. Now the next step is what? If you go through source view, right, now the red color highlight symbol is showing what? If you hover your mouse there, it is showing non-empty on fail. So this is doing what I will tell you. So if this condition is not succeed, we need to print some response. So I'm adding here payload factory here. So inside payload factory, let me right click this one, go through show property view. Here let me modify to JSON. Okay, you can give anything, so that doesn't matter you want to give this proper response or different response. If you want to only call log mediator, that is also fine. So here I'm adding one error. So inside error, let me call on error description. I'm adding validation failed. So you can give any name, so that doesn't matter you want to give this one or not. So now I'm passing message. So inside passing message, I'm passing here $1. So this $1 value will take it from arguments, as you already explained multiple videos. So those who are watching this video newly, kindly go through my previous videos so they can able to understand. So let me modify here expression. So here I'm adding get hyphen property. So inside this one I'm passing error message. Sorry, this is the default name in EI, so which will fetch if in case any exception is there, it will print that one. So let me finish this one, save this file. So now you can see if I go through source view, right, it is not throwing that unfailed error. So inside unfailed, I added one payload. So if the condition is failed, it will call this one. So after adding payload, I want to see like if in case any additional log I want, how I need to do. I added one log mediator. So this log mediator, let me go through show property view. Let me change the label to full. So I want to print the full log. Then what I did here, there is one more mediator is there, respond. Let me drag and drop here. So this condition is done for only for failed condition. If our condition is succeed, then what we need to do? Outside of this loop, again I am calling one more payload mediator. Okay. So this payload mediator, let me change this one to show property view. Here I am modify this one to JSON. So this JSON, what I need to add here, we need to call our whatever value I want to print. So I'm adding here message. So let me starting with the JSON format, right? So starting with curly bracket. Here I'm adding here success. After success, I want to print what kind of value I want to print. I want to print the name. So inside here I'm calling here $1. So I want to print my name also as an argument. Now I'm adding address. So this is I'm adding for $2 argument. Now the third one I need to add for quarter number. So this is I'm assigning as a $3. Okay. So let me make it indented so it's easier for you guys to know like what I added here. So one for name and one for like address and one for quarter number. So these three value we want to print. If the condition is succeed, these four value will print as a response. Let's start how to do that one. So let me go through argument here. So this argument, let me modify this one to expression. So this expression evaluator value, let's modify to JSON. So here I am modifying to JSON. So here I am adding $dot name for name. So what I need to do here, let me go through the sample request. So this keyword make sure just copy from your request. That could be better, like you will not miss anything. You go through integration studio. Let me add here, save this file. The second argument we will use for address. Let me modify this one to JSON. Here also change this one to JSON. Okay, so here I'm adding dollar dot. Let me go through request, copy this value. So I'm adding this one here also. Let me click OK and finish this one. Third one we are using for quarter number, right? Let me go through here, change to expression, change this one to JSON, and here also modify this one to JSON. Okay, so here I'm adding dollar dot. Let me go through my request, copy this keyword. So here I'm adding that one and finish this one. Now our 3 parameter is ready. Let me save this file. So after payload mediator, I want to print one log. So let me drag and drop one log or mediator. Right click this one, show property view. Here I'm modifying this one to full here. Now after printing, I want to respond back to customer, right? I added a respond mediator. So now our full flex code is ready. Just one thing missed here. Just right click this resource. Just make sure this is a post. So we need to select your post, right? Let me remove this one. Now our XML file is ready. But the thing is, remember, if you go through source view, we are using one JSON Validate API, right? So we need to add one schema condition. If you scroll down, they expand this JSON Validate, open that file, right? Now it is empty. We need to add one schema, right? So without wasting any time, already I prepared one repo. So just go through my repo, go through repository. So this repository I added one schema validation API, open that one. So here I added one JSON validated JSON. So if I open this one, so this one one sample already I prepared here. Let me copy this file, go through integration studio. Let me paste here and save this file. Now our full flex code is ready. Okay, right click this exporter, go through application project. So here I'm adding JSON validator API. Okay, JSON validator API. So here destination, let me click browse here. So here I'm selecting WSO2 project, click next. Here make sure you are selecting the files. So this file name, let me scroll down. So here the file name is Validate API, right? Let me select this one and you just need to select registry demo. Okay, now finish this file. It is showing what Carbon archive file successfully created. Let me click OK, go through browser. Let me refresh the session is still active or deactivate. Let me re-login again, admin. So let me go through Carbon apps, add Carbon apps. Let me upload that new Carbon file, JSON validate, and open this one and upload this one here. It will take some second to reflect in this Carbon application list. Just wait for a few seconds. Let me refresh. So now you can see the file already added here. So let's go through API. So this API, you can see one API is here, right? Validate API, this one. Let me copy this endpoint, go through Postman. Let me add that endpoint here and let me modify this one to post. And go through body, raw data. So here I need to modify to JSON. Okay, so the test data, let me copy from here and go through Postman and add it here. Let me beautify. Okay, so if I send request, it is showing what? Object has missing required property QR. So the problem I'll tell you. So here I'm passing here what? QR number. If I go through my source code, right? Okay, let me go through my schema here. So here I'm passing here QR. So we need to modify our JSON schema, then only it can able to validate. So our code is working. Okay, so our JSON schema I added what? QR, but here I'm passing what? QR number. Okay, so that's why it is throwing your schema validation error. So hope you understand how this schema is working. So now for quick testing purpose, let me go through UI. So if I scroll down, there is one browse option is here, right? Click browse, expand this system here. So inside system config folder is there. So here one JSON validate is here. JSON validate. If I click this one, just now we created this one, right? 1 minute ago. If I open this file and edit as a text, if I scroll up, so it is showing what? QR, right? So for quick testing purpose, you can use UI, or else you can build the whole car file again. So now let me go through Postman. Let me copy this keyword through here again. Let me replace with this one and save content. Now if you try this one, right, it is showing what object has missing required property QR. Let me okay, so scroll down below also we need to add, right? So our schema is working fine. Okay, so if I save this one and retry the flow again, so now you can see, right, message is succeed. So that means our condition is working fine. Just one scenario let me show you. If I modify this one to string and string request, it is throwing what you can see here, validation failed, allowed integer. Okay, but I'm passing here string. So if I modify this one to number again, and if I send request again, right, so I'm getting response. I hope like those who are watching this video, they can easily understand how we are validating schema in our code. So thank you so much, like those who are watching this video, and those who are watching this video newly, kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, so it will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you so much.